Howdy, 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 everybody. I'm just going to do a fairly quick video here. I just wanted to talk about the G1 Climax tournament from New Japan Pro Wrestling that's going to be coming up in the summer. Right now I have the short but sweet video ad for the G1 special in San Francisco, which I'm sure will be very good. I'm glad to see them making more ventures into the United States, and I think they're going to be seeing a lot more success in the future. Let me get my note up because I do have the two blocks for the G1 Climax. So I was going to go over the two different blocks, A block and B block, and then just kind of give my thoughts on the blocks and the tournament in general, while we have the nice video package over here playing for background. So A block, we've got Togi Makabe, Michael Elgin, Hiroshi Tanahashi, I always have trouble saying his first name, Kazuchika Okada, Jay White, Yoshihashi, Bad Luck Fale, Hangman Page, Evil, Minoru Suzuki. B block, we've got Juice Robinson, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Toru Yano, Tamatanga, Sanada, Tetsuya Naito, Zack Sabre Jr., Kenny Omega, and Kota Ibushi. So, some of the matchups that we're going to be seeing that personally I'm looking forward to, and I expect a lot of people are, Omega Ibushi, obviously. People have been wanting to see this since Ibushi came back, and it'll be even more interesting since they've teamed back up again. We'll get to see Naito Omega again, which is always an excellent match. We'll be seeing Tanahashi Okada again. Again, always an excellent match. Let's see. It would have been interesting to see Suzuki go up against Zack Sabre Jr., even though they're in the same stable as the Suzuki Gun, because I have mixed feelings about Minoru Suzuki. On one hand, I enjoy his work, except for when he's doing heel shit, because he's just so inconsistent. Because sometimes he acts like a chicken shit heel, it seems like, and then he'll be the biggest badass in the world. And I prefer it when he's being a badass. The problem, even then, though, is that he was trained in what they call shoot style, which tries to be as close to mixed martial arts, which is what it became later. The shoot style existed prior to MMA and was actually one of the things that led to MMA existing in the first place. And of course, Suzuki, legit MMA legend with something like 50 MMA bouts to his name. So he needs the right opponents to really have a good match. Okada, even though a completely different style, is good enough to have a great match with him. Tanahashi, of course, will. But Jay White, I don't know if he can work a good match with Suzuki. I think Evil and Suzuki's going to be a hardcore, small, beat the shit out of each other kind of match, which can be fun. Hangman Page, I'm not familiar enough with to really read what that match is going to be like. Fale and Suzuki ought to be interesting. Yoshihashi, when he did his first G1 tournament, I think it was 2 years ago now, I was looking forward to it. I wanted to see what he could do, but since then, he hasn't done much. So I still feel like Yoshihashi really needs to find something that connects to the fans. I mean, he doesn't quite have... I'm not saying he doesn't have anything. I'm saying he hasn't found it yet and he needs to work on that. Because otherwise he's just filler. And nobody wants to be filler. Makabe is one of the vets. We know he's not going to win, but I think we're going to see some great Smash Mouth action with him. Elgin and Makabe's going to be good. Uh, Evil and Makabe's going to be good. I think we're going to see, Jay White, Okada will be interesting. Some of the interactions with Jay White and the others, seeing him in a tournament for the first time since he came back from Excursion. For me, anyway. I'm not sure if he's been in any of the other ones. I don't watch every single New Japan event. It's hard to keep up with all of them. Especially since they have like 6 tournaments a year or something. They have at least one for every division, and they have more than one for the heavyweight division, singles. So, like I said, it can be hard to keep up. So A Block is looking interesting. There's some interesting interactions that are going to be happening there. B Block, Juice Robinson, I think, is going to give us some good matches. There's going to be some good showings there. Goto, again, he's another one I almost feel like he's just accepted his place as I hesitate to use Carter in New Japan because it's more fluid in New Japan, whereas, like WWE is more like almost a caste system. There's main eventers, there's mid-carders, there's low-carders. And almost never the twain shall meet with them. It's more fluid in New Japan, but I think Goto could actually have a run as world champ. I think he's another one that he needs to find something about himself that really connects to the fans more. He's been kind of trying to take the spot of Shibata, but there was just something about Shibata that it felt like that really was him. He was that, I just want to go in the ring, beat the shit out of my opponent, win, and then leave. And it felt right with him. Goto, he needs to find something. He still hasn't found that thing yet. And I know he has it in him, he just has to find it. But we'll get great work out of Goto. You can always expect 110% in a match from Goto. And same for Ishii. Although Ishii, I think, has his thing already. So we know that Ishii Goto is going to be a great match. Sonata's going to have some great matches. Tama Tonga is going to put on some good work for everybody. Toriyama will be fun. Naito is going to be a beast. Omega's going to be a beast. Ibushi's going to be a beast. We're going to see a lot of really, really, really good matches out of the B block, I think. I think B block is the one that's kind of loaded. Not much of a fan of Zack Sabre Jr. To me, his style is rather dry. He's either staying on a hold too long or he's transitioning so fast. It's like, why are you bothering doing any of these things? To me. Plus, when he tries to do strikes, he doesn't look big enough to hurt anyone with his strikes. But, that's just my feeling on Zack Sabre Jr. I don't have anything against him. It's just, I don't care for him that much. But I expect to see, some interesting matches with him in the tournament. So overall, I'm liking the 2 different blocks. I am kind of missing some of the other vets, but I think Nagata, Koji, and Tenzan. Well, Nagata and Tenzan have already retired from doing the tournaments. I think Kojima got injured or something. So it's nice to see a lot of new faces, but, it still is a bit, I don't want to say sad, just kind of miss seeing some of the vets in the tournaments. Because they always help ground it, they anchored some of the blocks. Makabe is going to be in there to anchor the A block this year. And Goto in the B block. If you don't understand what I mean by anchor, it's just you need guys in the tournament that are going to give you good, solid matches, but can lose and not, the audience isn't going to care that they lose because, with the vets, they've already established themselves. They've proven they can win the tournament. They've done it in the past. They don't have to win it anymore. They don't have to prove anything. So it's okay for them to lose matches and fill those spots, because you need guys that are going to lose in a tournament like this. That's 2 different blocks. Everybody faces off against everybody else once. What is it? So that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 18 matches between the 2 blocks plus the final. So it's going to be 19 shows, I think. So yeah, I mean, any tournament like that, you have to have guys that are going to lose and can look good losing, and the audience doesn't care that they're going to lose. In this case, Makabe, Tanahashi, Okada. Let's see. I don't know if Suzuki's ever won the tournament. I think Goto has. I don't know that Ishii ever has. Naito has. Omega has. I don't know about Ibushi. I'm just winging it right now. So, out of 20 guys, I think maybe 6 or 7 of them have won the tournament in the past. So on one hand, that means that hopefully we're going to see some really competitive stuff. They're really going to put on some great matches that are really competitive looking, because there's so many guys in the tournament who have never won before. But on the other hand, only one person can win, which means 19 are going to lose. So, makes things more interesting in some ways, but it might be a little bit harder for them to book it. Thinking about it from different angles there. Who do I think is going to win? I think Okada's going to win. But then last year, I really thought Omega was going to win, and they were going to go ahead and do Omega Okada at Wrestle Kingdom, and that was where Omega was finally going to win the belt. They proved me wrong. So I have learned that even though I will have my prediction on who's going to win, Gato likes to surprise people and do things that no one really expects. We know that it's not going to be Naito Omega in the final this year because they're both in B block. So we could very easily see Okada Omega Part 5 as the final for the tournament. They usually don't have the champ get that far, though. They usually don't have the champ in the final, so I doubt Omega will be in the final. We could see Naito Okada. But overall, I'm thinking that it's probably going to be Okada, and they're going to do Okada Omega for the main event at Wrestle Kingdom. But they might go with Naito and do Naito Omega for the main event at Wrestle Kingdom, or they could have Naito beat Omega and have him get one of the title shots leading up to Wrestle Kingdom throughout the last half of the year after the tournament's over. They could go in a completely different direction. I'm thinking it's going to be Okada that wins the tournament this year, but like I said, Gato likes to surprise us. It's hard to say what's going to happen, because there could be some interesting stuff, It just depends on what they're wanting to do. If they're wanting to go and get behind Sonata, is a possible contender, which is always possible. They've been really pushing Evil lately, so he could potentially be a contender. The only ones that I would eliminate from winning are actually Makabe, Fale, Hangman Page, because he's not there often enough. Let's see. Toriano, because he never wins. It's not why he's in the tournament. And again, I don't think they would go with Zack Sabre Jr. just because he's not there often enough. But honestly, Elgin, I could see them going with him because he's very popular. His style is pretty damn over with the fans. He's had history with Omega. They've put on some great matches. I doubt it, but they could go with him. Tanahashi is always a possibility. Okada is the obvious one. They've been really high on Jay White lately, so you never know. Yoshihashi, I don't think so. I did forget about him, which is why I don't think so. Fale, probably not. I highly doubt it. But you never know. They might decide to really just throw everybody for a loop. Again, Page, I highly doubt it because he's not there enough. Evil, they've been high on him lately. Suzuki, they might decide to go with a heel champ for a while. Juice Robinson has been getting pushed. I don't expect it, but you never know. Again, Goto, I think, has a world champ run in him. They just haven't let him do it yet, and I think he still needs to find something to connect with the fans more before they could really go with him as champ, but they might decide to for some reason. Ishii, as far as I know, has never had a long run or a run with a major title, really. So for some, they might decide to go with him, and for some reason. And when I say for some reason, I am not saying that because of anything against the wrestler. It's because I don't know what they're thinking, what Gato's up to, and I like it that way. Tama Tonga, you never know what they might try to do with Tama Tonga. Sometimes it seems like they forget about him. Sometimes they're pushing him. Kind of hard to say with him. Sonata, they've pushed him before, and they've been high on him lately, so you never know. Naito is always a possibility. Again, Zack Sabre Jr., I don't think they'd go with him because he's not there often enough. They might have Omega win the tournament and pick someone. I don't know that that's happened before. Again, I'd have to look it up. And Ibushi is always a possibility because it could lead to an extremely interesting main event for Wrestle Kingdom, both match-wise and for those who really care about the drama aspects. So I think it's going to be an interesting tournament this year. It's always a good tournament from what I've seen. I started watching in 2015, so I've never been disappointed. But this is only going to be my fourth tournament. Yeah, 2015, 2016, 2017. This will be the fourth. I think it's going to be very interesting. We're going to see some really good matches. And while I expect Okada to win, I also know that Gato likes to throw curveballs at the fans and keep them guessing. So I will end by saying that I do think Okada is going to be the one who wins. I think it's going to be Okada, Omega, the final showdown to settle it once and for all at Wrestle Kingdom. But they might go in a completely different direction. I don't know. So thanks for listening. Up next, I'm going to be going ahead and doing a live stream in just a little bit, a few minutes of Shadowrun again. Shadowrun returns. So you can hang around for that if you want. But this is Ryan Acid Heads Murphy signing off on New Japan Pro Wrestling's G1 Climax thoughts and going over the blocks. See y'all later. Bye.